we're halfway home in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. 17 races down and 17 to go. As stop number 18 brings us back to where it all began the season for the Daytona 500. As today we're back at Daytona International Speedway for the running of the Pepsi 400 under the lights. As 41 cars glimmer and shine on pit road here. And they will do so for 24 laps here at speeds up to the words of 195 miles an hour on this racetrack. And here's starting line for today's running event. On the pole is Tristan Allen in car 14, the Opposipo Mobile One Chevrolet. He'll be alongside car 31, James Henry in the Singer Wallace Chevrolet. Second row has Ryan George in car number 15, the Quality Care Ford, and number 00, Kev Shear in the Aaron Street Machine Toyota. Next, third row will have Carson Gutman number 19 and Dylan Poteet in 22. Next row down after that will be car 25, Bill Parker. He won Darlington this season, the UAW Delphi Chevrolet, and Zach Winkle in 26 in the Irwin Tools Ford. A good qualifying run for him. Fifth row we'll see Matthew Logan, who won the 600 at Charlotte this season, the Tide Pontiac car 32, and alongside Emmanuel Hartnett in car number 20. Next row down we'll have two of our in-car cameras. Kyle Matthews in car 42, the Coors Light Pontiac, two-time winner this season so far. And the California winner, Seth Cole in the K-Love Ford, car number 98. Next row down has our third in-car camera, Dylan Young in the Miller Lite Dodge car number 2, and 01, Jesse Turner sits alongside. Neither drivers won the race yet this season. Next row down is Mitchell Collins in car number 11, and alongside the Lady in Black this weekend, Jessica Shelton in the number 17 Crown Royal Black Ford. Shelton has won this season at North Wilkesboro. Next row down has car 3, Cole Beaver in the GM Different Chevrolet, and number 5 it is Jay Jefferson sitting alongside. Next row, Ryan Brommer in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and he'll be alongside car number 9, the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet of Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down has our Talladega winner, Matt Haas, in the Interstate Batteries Pontiac car 18, and 71, Jeremy Diaz. A pair of Tracker Boats Bass Pro Shops cars are in the next row down. They're the 78 Toyota driven by Joshua Osborne, who won the race in Michigan last race on the tour, and also the point sitter coming in this event. Beside him, the number 1 Chevrolet of Nathan Ormond. Next row down is car number 4, William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and number 12, Johnny Gardner, who won at Pocono this season in the Altel Mobile One Dodge. Next row down, Keith Batson, the winner at Riverside, and number 88, and number 40, Sky Commons. Next row down has the man going for the Daytona Sweep, Mike Becker in the NSVP Pontiac car number 43, the Daytona 500 champion, and Charles Sanford in car 24 sits alongside the DuPont Chevrolet. Next round has our winner at Dover, Levi McIntyre in the Aflac Ford, car number 99, and Rob Evans in car number 8. He's a former Daytona 500 winner in this series, as a matter of fact. Next round has car 55, Daniel Bouchard, and number 89, Quentin Moore, who won in Atlanta this season, racing with Jesus Dodge. Next row down has Jackson Haywood at number 7, the XI Barriers Ford, and car number 28, Texaco Haviland Ford of Cat Batson. Next row down has Michael Whitman in car 48, the Lowe's Chevrolet, and number 16, Family Channel Ford of Paul Minnick. The next row down after that will be car 33, Zach Rogers, 3-time winner this season so far. His wins came at Richmond, Texas, and at Bristol. He's alongside Shane Lake in the Gumout Pontiac car number 30, and starting shotgun in the field will be car 21, Benjamin Miles, the Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford. Pole speed for this event, 190 miles per hour here at Daytona International Speedway here, but they will be a whole lot faster than that in the draft, I would imagine, on a track like this. This is race number 18 on the season. We have, as we said, 17 races are in the books and 17 left to go. Starting with this race and the road as we start the second half of the season, and the road to the championship weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've still got plenty of racing left to go this season. Here comes the command to fire the engines here at Daytona.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
That's ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, by the way, because there's 2 ladies in the field in this race. Again, our in-car cameras today will be carried by Kyle Matthews, Dylan Young, and Seth Cole. Those are the three are be carrying in-car cameras. Dylan Young and Seth Cole, in fact, made the visit to Daytona back in July, along with Michael Norman and Kyle Keats, and of course they all had a great time, despite the fact they didn't get to watch the race because of the rain that happened earlier that weekend. Field comes off the second turn. Of course, the races that will remain after this race at Daytona. After this race, we'll go to New Hampshire. And after New Hampshire, will be Pocono. Then after Pocono, will be Talladega for the last put race of the season, the Die Hard 500. And after Talladega, will be the Brickyard 400 at Indy. After that, and after Indy will be Watkins Glen, the last road course race of the season. Then Michigan, the night race at Bristol. Darlington for the Southern 500. Richmond, Dover, Martinsville, North Wilkesboro, the last short track race of the season. Then Charlotte, Rockingham, Phoenix, and Homestead. That's the last race of this. That will be the last 17 races of the season. After that'll be the second half of the season in a nutshell. After we get done here at Daytona, Tristan Allen and James Henry, a pair of Chevrolets on the front row for this race at Daytona, as the Pepsi corner is about to commence here, as the green flag is about to fly. Pace car will take the left, take the turn on the pit road, and we are underway for 24 laps. The green flag is out, and boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. Speed's building up here. Already 170 miles an hour when they come out of turn number 2. Now speed's building up 178 by the time they come off turn number 2. Down the backstretch they go. Ryan George to the inside. Tristan Allen grabbed the early lead. Allen to the low, as here comes Ryan George to the low side, car 15, as he looks inside of the 14 car on the inside, or outside I should say. Now already over 190 miles an hour as they come off the fourth corner, and they will head down to complete the first lap. Ryan George, the Quality Care Ford, leads the first lap of the race. And here comes Phil Parker to the low side as he looks low on the track. And 3 wide already, 2 rows deep here, as Matthew Logan in car 32, the man who surprised them all at Charlotte in the Winston All-Star race, I should say, excuse me, bleh. The 600 to Winston was won by Jessica Shelton this year, or this season. Logan had second place for the moment. Now Kyle Matthews won second place now at the moment because of the low side now. He's got the help from Dylan Young in car number 2, the Miller Lite Dodge. On board Dylan Young's car, looking ahead of Kyle Matthews in second. Young ride started the moment. And you saw the speed on Dylan Young's car, 200 miles an hour in the draft by the time he headed off into turn number 3. As Phil Parker leads lap number 3 of this race. Speed's very fast at third lap, 198.627 miles an hour. And the top two fast laps of the race so far, 199 miles per hour. We might see 200 mile an hour laps here today. At Daytona, here comes Dylan Young to the low side. Nope. Kyle Matthews says, heck with it, I'm going to make a 3 wide, and he does. And Matthews makes a 3 deep and goes to the lead in car 42. Here, Matthews who won the season 20. Matthews who won the season 22 Daytona 500 in this series. Mitchell Collins to second position. Collins' only big victory in this series came in this very race in season 21. And there's something about this Pepsi 400 and first time winners or surprise winners that seems to keep popping up in this race. Will we see one today? Well, we'll find out here as the race goes on. We still have 20 laps remaining. As 4 laps are in the books, Cole Deaver goes to second place down in the Dale Earnhardt colors. Back bumper from Kyle Matthews' car. Deaver sticks the nose of that Chevrolet to the back bumper of the Pineapple. Here comes Matthew Logan to the low side, car 32. You're watching this from the bumper of Matthews' car. Kev Shears up there trying to help Deaver at the moment. This was like to hang off the back bumper at almost 200 miles an hour. Now you got Pontiac 1, 2, and 3 at the moment as they go into turn number 1. Matthew Logan goes to the lead now, and Cole Deaver goes with him in car 3. Matthews, you remember, lost the points lead at Michigan the last race on the tour when he finished okay, but not up there. And the man about to make a 3 wide on Zach Winkle and Matt Haas is the one who took the points lead after winning at Michigan, Joshua Osborne, who now moves up to third position as he gets past Matthews. To the start-finish line they come. Deaver, meantime, tries to hang on to the back bumper of the 32 car of Matthew Logan, the man who won at Charlotte this season. Deaver yet to win this season, by the way. Although it looked like he had Martinsville all wrapped up, and then leading the first 70 laps of the race, and the man who led the last 5 in that silver and red car, Kyle Matthews, went on to win that race at Martinsville. And what was a tremendous battle between those two cars, as a matter of fact, too. William Brock and Keith Batson now moving their way through the field. Here comes number 99. That's Levi McIntyre up there. Daniel Bouchard. Jackson Haywood. All in the inside lane. And now Osborne looks slow on Deaver as they go through turns 1 and 2. Deaver gets shoved up to the high side. Osborne to the low side. Now you got a pair of orange cars up to the front now. But that's not going to be for long here, because here comes the yellow 4 of William Brock as they go through turns number 3 and 4. Basson's car getting a little squirrely come off that 4th corner as you saw Matt Haas in the green number 18 get way high on the track through turn number 4. And now Brock to the low side takes the lead away from the 32 of Matthew Logan. Batson now goes to second, and here comes McIntyre to the low side as he tries to find anything on Batson. Nothing there. Bouchard up there, 7 car. Jackson Haywood in his second ever Daytona start. Michael Whitman in 48. He could surprise today. Zach Rogers who's leading them all with 3 wins this season so far. The Skull Bandit Chevrolet. And you know Zach would like to get a Daytona win himself. 3 wide for the lead. Levi McIntyre goes to the top as he goes way down on the low side of the track. Batson's stuck in the middle now, and maybe Mike Becker as well if he don't get in line. And that left Brock and Logan up the high side, about to lose some spots. Now Bouchard goes to second place. And here comes Batson may drive to the inside lane? Yes, he does. He stays behind Jackson Haywood. KB Enterprises hooked up together to 7 and 88 cars. Michael Whitman in this mix there as well in the 33 car. There's, or in the 48 car. Zach Rogers in 33. Emmanuel Hartnett in 20. And here's the man who started last in the field, Benjamin Miles. He's worked his way up to the field in number 21. Miles at the 13th position at the moment. Here and now Daniel Bouchard in 55 goes to the top spot as we're closing up on halfway in this race. It'll be 12 in the books and 12 to go here at Daytona in the Pepsi 400. 8 car moving up to the field. That is Rob Evans, who won the Daytona 500 last season. On board with Kyle Matthews in car number 42. Saw the speedometer 201 miles an hour into turn number 3. That's how fast these cars are going. And we already seen some 200-mile-an-hour laps here set by Nathan Ormond, Jeremy Diaz, Quentin Moore, Charles Sanford, and Cat Bessens all hit 200 miles an hour. With Ormond holding the fast time of 200.428. There is Ormond in the 1 car. He's on the inside of Deaver at the moment. And Matthews decides, I want to go to the inside lane now, and he goes low. Trying to make another go at it for the lead here, and the field's now suddenly split up. What happened in this bunch of cars right there? I don't know what happened there. Was somebody off pace or something? Diaz is on pit road. Jeremy Diaz in 71's on pit road. Apparently some sort of mechanical issue on the team Realtree Chevrolet. Meantime, we have now 10 laps to go in this race here, and so Daniel Bouchard leads him down here. Batts in second, and then Matthew Logan in the 3rd spot in car 32. William Brock in car 4 running P4 at the moment. But not for long, because here comes Logan to the low side. Nope, here comes Brock to the low side. He's going to make a 3-way for 2nd place. Jefferson's up there in number 4, or number 5 car's Jefferson. And there comes Benjamin Miles from last place starting position to the top 5 at the moment. Can Benjamin Miles get his first Daytona victory in this series? Can he do it? Well, about to find out here. Any of these cars in this bunch can win it right here, as the pack is, as we've said, split up. And how split up you ask? Well, they're about... Anyway, William Brock to the low side. Yeah, nope, here comes Jefferson, 3 wide for the lead. And it's Jay Jefferson in the top spot here. Benjamin Miles trying to squeeze between Jefferson and Rob Evans, and he does. 3 wide now between Evans, Logan, and Bouchard. 8 laps to go. $17 cars in this mix right there, and there's 18th on back. From Dylan Young's perspective right there, and you can't even see the front pack. Well, you can see the front pack now. There he is. He's right behind Mike Becker. And this pack less than 3 seconds back of the front pack, so I don't know if they'll get caught up in time to make a run for the win. And this pack actually includes some big names in there. Becker, back there, Becker, Shear, Young, Shelton, Matt Haas back there, Johnny Gardner, Shane Lake, Charles Sanford, and Seth Cole. The interval last time by, yeah, it's still less than 3 seconds. So yeah, they're not gonna make it in time. We'll be down to 5 to go this time by. So it looks like this is the pack that's gonna be racing for the win here at Daytona. 17 cars up there. Now we're down to 5 laps to go. Matthews out in front in car number 42. 18 in the front pack, as we said, 19th now is 3.7 seconds. Is 2.7 seconds back. We'll keep an eye on the interval this throughout the last few laps, see if they get any closer or not. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think they're gonna catch him though. Off the 4th turn they come here. Matthews leads. Osborne now second position. Coming now down for 4 laps to go. Osborne to the low side. Looks for the lead. He's got it. And you know Joshua would like to get a Daytona victory himself. And here comes Ryan Brommer to 6th car. You remember Brommer almost won this race last season. Almost beat Dylan Young to the stripe in that race. And here they come through off turn number 4, coming down for 3 laps to go this time by. Off turn number 2 they come. Ryan Brommer. Second position, Roush Racing. Right there behind Osborne. 6 and 26. And you got 99 there with McIntyre. And here comes Cole Deaver in car number 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevy. Trying to get past Matthews. They come off the 4th turn now. They're coming down for 2 laps to go this time by. Can Osborne hold them all off in these last couple of laps? White flag this time by Matthews and McIntyre. Trying to hook up there. And here comes Brommer to the low side. Ryan Brommer for second for the lead. And he's got it. Coming off to number 4. Can Ryan Brommer surprise and get a victory here? Second pack is not going to catch the first we mentioned before here. Coming to the start finish line. White flag waves. 1 more lap to go in Daytona. We talk about surprise winners happening in Daytona. We might have one today here. Osborne comes back to the low side and takes position back. Down the backstretch, what are they going to do? Ryan Brommer, does he have anything for the 78 car? Into the 3rd turn they come. Jackson Haywood up the 3rd position. Hartnett now looks at the 4th position now as they come off the 4th turn. Does Brommer make a move to the low side of the track? No, he does not. The start-finish line they come, and first Daytona win ever for Joshua Osborne. He wins the Pepsi 400. So Joshua Osborne, who took the points lead at Michigan after winning that race, now he goes now like Dylan Young last season. He goes 2 in a row from Michigan to winning at Daytona. It's his first ever Daytona victory, as he takes the Tracker Boats Bass Pro Shops Toyota of his driver Martin Truex Jr. to victory lane in this race there. As he wins the Pepsi 400, Ryan Brommer for the second season in a row comes home second. Jackson Haywood third, Zach Winkle fourth, Cole Deaver fifth, Emmanuel Hartnett sixth, Michael Whitman with a good day finishing seventh. Eighth will go to Kyle Matthews, Levi McIntyre ninth, and Rob Evans comes up in 10th, averaging 197.069. That's the average speed in this race here today. $18 races are in the books and 16 to go as the second half of the season second half of the season gets underway this season here today. Rest of the finishing order: Keith Batson comes home at 11th, Matthew Logan 12th, 13th will go to William Brock, Benjamin Miles from last to 14th, a good day for him. Daniel Bouchard 15th, Zach Rogers 16th, Nathan Orman 17th, 18th to Jay Jefferson, Mike Becker 19th. As he led the second pack across the start-finish line, though, here it's almost like it was two different car races between those two packs. Cat Batson 20th, 21st was Quentin Moore, 22nd Carson Gum, 23rd James Henry, 24th Paul Minnick, Dylan Pote 26th, Jessica Shelton 26th, 27th will go to Shane Lake, Sky Cummins 28th, Tristan Allen, the pole sitter 29th, Seth Cole, Kev Shearer, Bill Parker, Dylan Young, Matt Haas, Mitchell Collins, Ryan George, Charles Sanford, Zachary Fitzwater, Jesse Turner, and Johnny Gardner was last of the finishers in today's event. Jeremy Diaz, the only car out of the race, he had a valve problem on his machine. And I don't know where that would be on the car, truthfully, but anyway. Maybe another internal part in the engine that can't be repaired until you tear the engine down, I guess. Heck, I don't know. I ain't no mechanic here. Anyway. So that will do it here today at Daytona National Speedway. As the Pepsi 400 is completed, Joshua Osborne gets his first Daytona victory here in the series. As he wins the second row, can he make it 3 in a row at New Hampshire? Well, we'll find out when that race comes to pass. And so as always, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NRS's gaming videos, whatever president of the NNSCRA Seth Colesar's first channel, and we also got in our online videos as well, and and also be sure to check out our other series, including Seth's brand new Pedigree Xfinity series. Be sure to check that series out, along with his Duracell Cup series, Michael Norman's Bowser All Pro series, and on Thrash Maniac 99's channel, the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup series. Be sure to check those series out as well. And some of the best offline or online stuff under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that will do it today at Daytona National Speedway. For now, this is James Walton in production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. We will see you at New Hampshire.